All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Retro Jersey Podcast. I have no earthly idea why my background isn't setting in. It's the dumbest thing ever, and I'm not trying to go through the motions with this stupidity because we put it up there several times and it's not staying. And I'm gonna have to talk to StreamYard about this because it's starting to annoy me. So, with that being said, guys, go ahead and hit the like button if you want to, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. I've had a few new subscribers this past week. So, we're going to move on from there. Hit the notification button as well. We're going to move on for that. We're back up on Spotify just in case. You were wondering, we're supposed to have a guest this week. We got a few of them, so their schedules are just different these days, I guess, than what I'm used to. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the topic of the day, which is I've been hearing a lot of stupid damn kids discussing the fact that the great Michael Jordan don't have a bag, and what is that? Explain to me what a bag is. Like I'm 2 years old. I get your output. I get your suggestion of what a bag is when it comes to ball handling skills. I get it. I get that part. But is that all that is? Somebody that knows how to dribble the ball, because you sound stupid. You sound extremely stupid, and immediately I lose interest in your conversation. I lose interest in your conversation real quick. When I talk to these kids, I don't like talking to people that's under the age of 45. You know, that's when you're 50, you have no time for stupidity. And this is one of those conversations that I simply don't have time for when I'm talking sports, because obviously they don't take sports seriously. They do not take sports seriously. It's just a talking point, and the more they talk about it, it's more stupid. I'm gonna keep saying stupid because stupid stuff ticks me off. So there have been these people saying Michael Jordan. To me, that's the greatest basketball player of all time. And I am not a Jordan guy like that. I'm a fan, but I'm not a Jordan guy. Uh, more of a Kobe, Tracy McGrady guy, more of a Eddie Jones, who's my favorite basketball player, Penny Hardaway, J.R. Ryder, Richard Dumas. These are Dominique Wilkins, my favorite, Spud Webb, my favorite players guy. Like, those are my favorite players. Tom Chambers. Uh, I can keep going with, Byron Scott. Um, my favorite players, not the greatest players. Nick Anderson, one of my favorite players, my favorite Orlando Magic guy, him and Penny. Um, I don't understand why they are discussing the fact that my one of my childhood heroes don't have a bag. What is a bag? And like I said earlier, they are discussing the fact, or saying that Michael Jordan doesn't have a bag, and a bag is ball handling skills. Ball handling skills. Somebody that can dribble. So that already automatically tells you that they don't pay attention to nothing else in the game except trying to be flashy, which is dumb, which is stupid. You're paying attention to how a dude handles the ball. You're paying attention to how a dude handles the ball versus the fundamentals of the game. That's what you're telling us. That's what you're telling us. Somebody that knows how to handle the ball gets your attention more than somebody, excuse me, than somebody who can play the game. Is that what you're saying? Because it don't make no sense. And let me see. Everybody is on Kyrie Irving about his ball handling skills. Talking about how great he is. He's great. He's great. I like Kyrie Irving. I like Kyrie Irving. But let's look at it. I mean, everybody keeps mentioning Kyrie Irving. I think Steph has a great ball handling. But there are more, there are way more, there were way more better ball handlers back in the 80s and 90s than it is today. You guys can name one or two people. I can name you about 10 of them right off the bat. Mark Price could handle the ball better than 95% of the players playing today. John Stockton can handle the ball better than 95% of the players today. Tim Hardaway, Allen Iverson, God Shamgod. Must I keep going? Must I keep going? Magic can handle the ball better than of course it's Magic, that's the pinnacle. Penny can handle the ball. Penny had a bag. Keep going, let's keep going. Who else had it? Kevin Johnson can handle the ball. Nick Van Exel can handle the ball better than all of you guys playing today. Better than all you guys playing today. He had a bag. You can only name Steph. You can only name Steph and who else? Kyrie Irving. I've just named you 7 players, and I'm not done. I'm not done yet. Gosh, I don't get this bag stuff, and you're saying Mike didn't have one. Show me where he didn't have a bag. Y'all keep saying that stupid. It makes me sound stupid saying it. Because he didn't have a flashy crossover. The man had a crossover, bro. And that's where I learned my crossover from, watching Michael Jordan, because it was slow developing, but you couldn't catch it. You couldn't rip him. You couldn't rip him. Hell, I'll even go back further. Isaiah Thomas, you couldn't, your guys don't have better handles than the guys of the 80s and 90s. You simply didn't. You can only name 2 people, like I said, bro. You can only name 2 people. So that's, to me, that's the 2K mindset. These guys living in the 2K mindset. They want somebody who can handle the ball instead of getting it up court and looking for fundamentals, looking to play off fundamentals. Kobe can handle it. And what is that? 8, 9, and last, but certainly not least, one of the top 5 ball handlers of all time is the guy, the godfather of Kyrie Irving, Rod Strickland. Y'all, nobody had handles like that dude, man. Nobody had handles like Rod Strickland. So you say Mike didn't have a bag. You dudes don't either. And what is a bag again? Does it just consist of just dribbling? Does it consist of dribbling only? Because if that's the case, y'all aren't talented and you're telling on yourselves. Y'all aren't talented and you're telling on yourselves, bro. Non-talented, non-talented era of basketball right here. Bag. Let's put that into perspective a little bit more. Y'all are saying bag. What does bag equal? What does bag equal? When I think of bag, I think of traveling. When I think of traveling, I think of carrying. I had a somebody I love watching on YouTube. Um, Shout out to my boy Dreamers Pro, and I love his stuff. Um, he uh, he thinks Giannis Antetokounmpo is better than Patrick Ewing. Love you, bro, but he ain't. He is not. He is not better than Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing didn't travel. Antetokounmpo get called for that all the time. He gets called for that all the time. So these dudes ain't talented when it comes to uh, ball handling skills. They shoot and dunk. They 3-point shoot and dunk. That's it. They are not talented. These people are not talented. They couldn't play in the 80s and 90s. They couldn't do it. And for you to say that Michael Jordan doesn't have a bag, that just shows me I should never be talking basketball with you, and you should never be talking basketball at all. My dude got 6 championships, no defeats, never been beaten on the biggest stage of his craft, never been beaten. So let's cut this stupid stuff out, man. Let's cut this stupid stuff out. Talking about this man ain't skilled. His have you seen this dude's his his escape ability? Have you seen his layups? His I'll say what they say. The layup package. I don't get it. The way he manipulates defenses, skills. I don't call that stuff bag. Call it skills. Welcome, just joining in. We're talking these silly people saying Michael Jordan don't have a bag, or is it skillful with the ball? How is the greatest player of all time not skillful with the ball? If you have a comment, you can go ahead and drop it in the comment section. I love to hear what you guys think about it. Remember, we're on Spotify and iHeart as well. Tell me what you guys think, because this right here is like the stupidest argument of all time. Saying Michael Jordan don't have skills. I know it's rage bait. I know it's rage bait. And I think there should start being limits. Like they put keywords in on stuff that people can't say online. They should start doing that when it comes to 80s and 90s and 70s basketball. Let's stop doing that. Let's start taxing these people for saying stupid stuff. Let's start taxing people for saying stupidity. Well, if anybody hasn't anything to say, I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast. Let me know what you think in the comments before I tear off. It's just stupid. These people saying this man doesn't have a bag. This is just negative media coming back, trying to keep their narrative alive, to keep their fallen brand down. The NBA knows it's about done. And it's the Pro Bowl is getting just as bad. They don't tackle anymore. That's another story for another day. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and end the broadcast. And thank you guys for tuning in. This has been the disrespected Michael Jordan. These people so damn stupid. This has been the Retro Jersey Podcast.